Hey guys, welcome to the video. News in Hayden's world. I started a company. In business, well, business is booming. Not really. Come on. As you can see, facial hair's back, growing out quite a thick beard. Not really, I mean, so patchy. But this bad boy, this is a product of laziness, bad grooming, and being busy elsewhere. So I have started a company, started a website, been working on logos, done all the legal stuff to get the company registered, all that kind of thing, and I'm building up the business from scratch. I won't say what it is yet. I will get there eventually, but let's get rid of this and I'll elaborate. Alright, let's get rid of this. We just start. So something I like to do when I have a lot of hair like this and then I go shave it off is, I think a lot of guys do this, is shave down to stupid things like a moustache or mutton chops like Wolverine or anything stupid like that before they get rid of it. So I said to Rachel that I was going to do mutton chops this time and she's away at the moment on a mini run, so I guess I better whittle this down to some Wolverine-esque mutton chops. So let's go for that. Oh god. There we go. That looks disgusting. Oh, definitely not eating this. Holy shit. Alright, hey guys. Yes, so I started a business and it's been a lot of work. Hold up. Continuity. 1 second. Much better. Continuity. Alright, so what I want to do in the vlog today is show you guys some stuff about what I've been working on. So the company I've created is called Swipe Hype. Swipe Hype Limited is the registered name. It's in its infancy. It's only been about 4 weeks since I initially registered it, but this has been something I've been working on since last year, maybe 8 months ago. The idea came to me. What it is marketed towards non-chain gyms primarily. What I'm doing is custom designed access control key tags using radio frequency, so RFID, and also a little side bit of that is some custom specialist lanyards and like wrist straps as pocket marketing type thing. So the idea is ways to secure more members with pocket sized marketing approaches. So that's kind of the overview of it. The company's been registered, GST registration, Inland Revenue website is horrible, by the way. You click on one thing, it takes you to a little bit of information, you got to click on 10 more pages to get that little bit more information. They really need to work on that. Inland Revenue, your website sucks. And the first process from registering is you pay a registration fee to reserve a name. So that goes off to the company's office. I think that was something like $10, $11 to begin with, and then they come back and say whether or not the name is already taken in that specific industry, or if it's got like swear words in it, they're not going to accept it, that kind of thing. When it comes back that it's all good to go, you get an invoice to register for the company. From memory, that was like $140. I'll put up the amount on the screen, and then you get sent out all the paperwork. You sign it, all that. You do your shareholding. So at the moment, I'm the only shareholder, and I say that there's 100 shares and they all belong to me. I'm the director. I do all this, blah, blah, blah. A lot of paperwork to sign. That gets sent off, and then you finally get your certificate of incorporation. I've got it on the wall up here. No need to show you. It's just a bit of paper that says, what does it say? Swipe Pipe Limited and a New Zealand business number, pretty much. And then what I did was go to Westpac in Stratford here, and actually I skipped that. I went straight to their website. Branches, no one needs a bank branch anymore. So I went straight to their website and inquired about business bank accounts, and got connected with one of their business managers, and she set up the account pretty much over the weekend, and I sent her all the paperwork. Got done pretty damn quick. Kudos to them. So there is setting up the company legally for IRD, and then it's setting up a bank account so you can start financial transactions. And with that, I got a debit card so I can start ordering and creating the website and that kind of thing for some payments. And then the next phase of the process was creating a logo, and logo design is kind of something I'm not really familiar with, but I do have a bit of interest in that, and I've created things before for the Lions Den, so icons and logos and promotional material and all that kind of thing. So I thought, screw it, I'm not going to do it, and I'm actually going to hire someone online to create me a logo. So what I did was I went to Fiverr.com. So if anyone's familiar with that, it's kind of like a marketplace where people charge. It's an online marketplace, so people will say, I can do social media, I can do web design, I can do logo design for this amount of money, and you pay me that and I'll give you what I do. So it's kind of like a virtual marketplace. It's pretty cool for freelancing, really. It used to be like, when it initially started, it was like Fiverr, like $5. It's like, give me $5 and I'll do something for you. And usually it was weird stuff like I will do a voicemail and Liam Neeson's voice, that kind of thing, from Taken. And now it's progressed to a lot more things and services. So I went on there and I had a look at a few different designers, I guess you would say, and they're real cheap. I mean, it was like $10, $15 to hire one, and you get like 3 or 4 different designs. So what I did was I hired 2, thinking, oh yeah, well, we'll see what they come back with, because I was drawing blanks on what the logo could look like for RFID key tags, custom ones, and lanyards. So I was like, yeah, we'll see what someone else can think of. So I hired 2 people to do that, and so I'm just sitting at the laptop right now. And I'll give you a rundown of what I asked them to do. Well, give them the information so they get some context, so they can have a bit of inspiration to design something. And then I'll show you what they brought back. Okay, so first thing was Swipe Pipe. Our company name is Swipe Pipe, and we create custom branded RFID key tags, cards, and lanyards for gyms to use for access control, and have their branding everywhere their members go with their keys. Breakdown of the company name: Swipe is the action of a key tag on an access control panel, and Hype is the branded aspect of all this that will mean that gym members showcase their gym's branding and in turn create conversation, positive word of mouth, and in turn bring in new members. Our market / customers is gyms. Current slogan or motto, so the working title I have is secure more ... and that would be linked in with like secure more members, secure more attention, secure more word of mouth, that kind of thing for promotional activities. Specific imagery, I have no specific imagery in mind, But I did state what I didn't want, and I said I'm wanting a minimalistic design that will look great and really pop when printed on a small key tag, etc. I have no fonts in mind nor any color in mind. I will need a logo mark and or logo type. I'll be printing these onto lanyards, so need to be clear and look good side by side. And then I stated elements I'm not looking for, because like there's some things that are just overdone, overplayed, and I just didn't want to be involved with that kind of imagery. So elements I'm not looking at having in the logo include locks / keys, finger swiping on phones, security shields, etc. And then I stated I didn't have any colors in mind. So that was the information I gave to them. Waited a couple of days to see what they brought back to me, and let's just say I wasn't really impressed. The good thing about them is when they do like revisions, so if you don't like it, they'll keep doing some revisions until you kind of, you know, just be like, okay, that's fine, I'll pay you. So I'll show you them real quick. So we'll just pop straight down to the laptop, and what we'll do is, so this is one of them I got. Not too bad, but really it's not, doesn't scream anything you're gonna remember. So that was it, swipe pipe, SH into a circle. Second one was pretty much just swipe pipe in an old school type tag you would have on a keychain, and I was like, that is so shit. So hated that one. This one here kind of looks like it belongs on a ticket stub for I don't know, the A&P show or some sort of old festival kind of thing, and I was like, nope, not loving that. And then this one, I mean, I don't know, something straight, it looks like a plumbing place or something straight from the 90s, so all of those were shit. And I requested some new ones, and what came back was this. This was the most light one I liked out of all the ones I got. So this was kind of cool. It had the whole swipe effect and height being nice and clear so you could read it, but they didn't give me a logo mark. So something like the Nike tick or something like the Apple logo, something that by itself won't need the words and people will identify that. So that's what I really wanted. So this is another thing I got, was sort of the swipe effect in the words. It was cool, but still, again, not what I was after. I had this, so they really went into like the gym sort of imagery with the kettlebell there and the barbells, and it's cool, but it's not cool enough. And then this is probably the better one out of the imagery, but again, I've seen this many places before. It's pretty much a free vector, so they haven't gone out and pushed the boundaries of design. They've actually just copied this from somewhere else. So I wasn't a fan of any of those whatsoever. So what I did was, I got a little bit annoyed, I guess you would say, at what I got. So I went Google searching for, maybe I could do a better version. So I went searching out for the word swipe and that kind of thing, and I came across this image here, swipe out hunger, and I thought that could really work. So what I did was I did my own little spin on it, and you'll see here I've got swipe pipe and like the words in a sort of like key tag shape, and I'm trying to get the swipe across in the words. And then I kind of did this one over here. So that was the first one I whipped up, and this was the second one, kind of like word of mouth, bubbles, the words on the side to show movement. And then I just kept playing and playing and playing, so kind of like a lanyard attached to a key tag and all these different variations. And then you'll see this Y here. I really liked the way the Y looked, because it kind of looked like a lanyard. So I started playing around with it, and so that's kind of it. Well, I was playing around with it and then seeing what it looked like in the words there. So it kind of gave off like a custom sort of a feel. But for printing, you can't have too many colors. It's going to be a nightmare, and there's too much happening. It's not minimalist enough. So I kept going and going and going, and then I ended up coming along with maybe having the Y itself as the logo mark, the memorable icon. So I kept playing around with that, and had a few different versions there, what it might look like printed. And as you see, I went with the Y in like a key tag. So that little hole there is kind of like where the key ring goes. And playing around with colors, and it looks pretty cool. It definitely does. It looks cool on screen. Playing around with different ways to have the words, you know. So here you'll see like I've done the E as sort of like a doorway with the swipe going in, the hype bolder, bigger, and a bright color, so that reflects the word hype, that kind of thing. So I'm just playing around with the connotations and the imagery you'd get. You see this one is, you know, on its side. So I was playing around, and then I thought, I was pretty happy with the whole Y thing. So I kind of stuck with it, but then I wasn't too happy about the words. So I made some different variations. So I took those initial designs those people from Fiverr gave me, and I created my own little swipe effect in the words. And again, I was too busy. So that was kind of my muck around with designs phase there, the first phase, and then I kind of continued on with that, like with the Y logo mark. Think, yeah, this is pretty cool, and keep playing around with that, see what it might look like as, you know, all one color. I stretched it out a bit, that kind of thing, and played around with different types of the way the fonts are displayed, so real thin or nothing in the inside and just stroke lines on the outside. And I was getting there. I was feeling like I was getting somewhere, and then I was quite happy with how far I got. And then I had a bath. Random. Well, really, I was watching this videos of this guy on YouTube.
Bigger baby hero. Yeah, that's right. Last time I was saved by a baby, I was stuck in a tree. Okay, yeah.
And he's crazy. He's a weird guy, but he redesigns people's logos and stuff, and it's real fascinating. And he's talking about sometimes you just need to get away for a bit from what you're doing, come back with a new perspective. So I had a bath, and after having a bath, I quickly thought, guess what? I could probably do better than the Y. So I was like, the Y is not really working. The Y is like, you look at the Y and then go swipe hype, and it's just like, it's too many question marks. So I'm like, I need an S-shaped sort of logo, or an SH sort of logo mark. And that's when I was like, well, what's really the primary thing I'm selling or going to be producing? And that's the RFID key tags for access. So I was like, I need the key tag to be the dominant thing in the logo mark. So I quickly whipped up this one here, and I was like, yeah, that's an S. And I'm like, no, I can do better. You see here, I had a bath and thought up this. Yeah, this is just for this video, I wrote that. So then I played around, and that's kind of what I came to. It was an S, but it kind of also could be a lanyard roped around in an S shape. Yeah, so that's what I came to, and then I started playing around with color schemes and different ways to have it produced if I needed to have it printed on a black or on a white background, that kind of thing, and different ways to have the word swipe hype. So I really like this, and the way the hype is different from swipe. And then I added in like the old element of the Y to the word hype, so there's still a bit of that initial logo I had in there. So this is kind of what I've come to, and I really like it, but I'm still torn on if I just go with the words normally, swipe hype, without the top bit on the Y to look like a lanyard, or if I go with the one down here with the Y. So what I want is minimalistic, not busy, and the attention to be on the whole thing. So I'm not quite sure, but I'll get you guys to help me out and vote what one looks the best. So this is kind of what it ended up being. That is the logo mark, which I hope printed it on somewhere, or someone sees it on social media. They'll be like, that's SwipePipe. And I know it's not a business that's going to be used by anyone and everyone. There's a very specific market, but it's good to have something that's impressionable and rememberable. And if someone was to say, hey, can you draw the logo for SwipePipe? And they were like, no. And we're like, well, that sucks. So you want them to be easily memorable and easily drawable, so that, you know, that sticks in people's minds when they think of, oh, I need to get new key tags. Oh, I could do lanyards. Oh, there's this company online. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment. So I finished up all the logos. I've started using all this imagery. It's not 100% definite, but I've got a website, the bones of a website up and running. It is going to be an e-commerce website with customizable products, and I'm actually working on a 3D viewable preview of those products as well. So you upload your designs, you can do it yourself, or you can also email through the website, and I create those designs before printing, which is kind of cool. And so I'm doing all of this outside of work hours and taking a few days off here and there to work on it, working on the weekends, working a little bit here and there after work. Don't get much done, but slowly getting there, and there is a lot to do. So terms and conditions pages, creating accounts, products, getting the right plugins and that kind of thing for this 3D visualization, and then I'm going to have to work in a software to create a 3D product imagery thing. But it's fun. I feel like I'm back in like 2013 when I was creating websites like Gig Trip and that kind of thing, which obviously failed. As soon as I released it, I didn't care about it and it failed. But it's good. It feels great. So that's the video, guys. That's kind of where I'm at, and I'm slowly progressing. So that's cool. And at the moment, I'll show you real quick. The website is swipepipe.shop. So that's if you can see the screen right now, that is the landing page. It's the coming soon page, and it will be coming soon until I'm finished, really. So I'm not rushing it, and I'm not being slow. It's just little bit by little bit, and we'll get there in the end. So that's the video, guys. That's my update. Very slack with vlogging lately. It's been 4, 5, 6 weeks. I don't know whenever I release this video, but yeah, give it a like. Tell me what you think about the logos. If there's anyone in particular you thought was cool, comment below, and it would really help. It would really help for me to make a decision on which version of that SwipePipe I should really go with. So, you know, clean by itself. Where we go? Let's get back there. Clean by itself, or with that little bit at the top. I know it's not a big decision, but I'm a 50-50 on it. Yeah. All right, guys. See you later.